What's up everybody? It's your boy Trash Gunner, the piece of shit teammate so focused on killing, that he can't make any other meaningful contribution to the team. Which is why I'm main gunner in the first place. It's time to show you how to be a lazy bastard and still get the highest kill count at the end of the mission. Your role as gunner is to outdo every other class in their killing role. Wipe out entire waves by yourself, and revive everyone once everything else is dead. With the game's current weapon balance being hilariously out of proportion, there is no other correct build than the high ammo, AP carpet bomb, and the full damage, Deadeye elephant rounds. Your first priority is to set up your lazy boy furniture across wide, high traffic gaps or straight up into the ceiling at max distance on top of an objective. Your second priority is to outsnipe the scout and kill big important targets such as bulk detonators and wardens. Third priority is to watch over teammates and help them in murder-related ways. They are ranged, brutal, without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear, until it is done. Only then should you help the team with the objective.